Well, I've been so excited to make this video, and in preparation to record what I spent in a week, I feel like I spent way less than usual, which, hey, that's okay. I'll take it. Like, that's okay. I definitely tried to spend less money, so this was a win, but I have less to show you than I thought I would, but let's get into it. Hi, my name is Claire. I live in Minnesota. I'm 33 years old, and I work at a community college. I have been overthinking about basically everything in my life for as long as I can remember, and somehow that didn't include money. So I've been doing all of this thinking, and I never really managed my money thoughtfully. So I'm on a journey to try to get more in touch with my feelings and all the other places of my life, and to actually look at my money for the first time in like a meaningful way. So that's what we're doing here, and this is the start of that. So I am glad you're here. Let's get into it. I'm going to talk about what I spent in a week. So this is going to include a week of September. I start my weeks on Monday, like that's how I typically think of them. So this is going to be a Monday through a Sunday, and it's Sunday right now. So I have one thing in there that I'm pretty sure I'm going to spend later today. So it doesn't technically include the whole week. It's like 6 days plus what I think I'm going to spend today. All right, let's do it. My first expense for the week was on Monday. I had to pay $163.99 to get my dog more medication. This is her flea and tick medication, and she needs it for the next 6 months. And I honestly hadn't been great at making sure she got that. So part of trying to be more responsible is like paying for this and getting this for her. Then that was Monday, actually. I think that was all I spent for that day. So then on Tuesday, I went to Costco. I needed to just get a few groceries. And actually that number there, the $94.57, is not the groceries. It's like a $65 to renew my membership for the year, which was just coming up this time. And then whatever is left over, so a little less than $30 for groceries. I bought dishwasher detergent, mango, and I think salad. So that's what I got for the $30-some, and then the $65 was for my membership for the year. And then I also got a hot dog and a soda on my way out. So I marked that separately since it was a separate expense. I have a category in my budgeting called treats. So this is just like things I get myself that are special treats. So this could include like food at a gas station, or if I go out to eat, I'll often include it in there, although I'm doing a lot less of that now. I have a separate category for coffee, which we'll see. So treats are just like little things I get myself. Later that day, I also had to make a purchase on Amazon. So I spent $14.12. I needed to replace the mount in my car for my phone. I was honestly really bummed about this one because I've had this for a long time, and I was trying so hard not to spend money, and then this came up, and I spent a few days just like hoping I would find a way to fix it or maybe find another one at home, but I didn't. So I had to spend the money to get that. So then for the next day on the 10th, which I hope to God is Wednesday. Hold on, let me pause and check. We should know. Okay, the 10th was in fact Wednesday. That's amazing. So on the 10th, I work at a community college, like I said. I was hungry, so I went to our bookstore and I got a chocolate bar. So that was $1.89. Again, I call that a treat. That's just like a little thing I'm getting myself, and it's a way for me to track how often those little expenses are adding up. Also on that day, I went to the gas station on the way home. I needed like half a tank of gas, so I spent $15.44 filling up my gas. And I also went inside and got a pop. It was $1.07. I've been bringing in a cup I can refill now, and it's a little cheaper. It saves just like, I think 50 cents a time or something, but it feels kind of good because I really do like getting a pop at the gas station, and I don't want to feel bad about it. The next day was Thursday, and on Thursdays I do co-working with some friends. I got a pastry and a bottomless coffee, so I could sit there for a few hours and have as much coffee as I wanted. With a tip, it was $10.50 for the pastry and the coffee. I have coffee as a separate expense just because I was spending a lot of money on coffee, so that's like an additional thing I track. It's probably worth noting I bought quite a few Starbucks drinks this last week. Maybe like 3, probably only like 3. And maybe it was the week before, honestly, but regardless, I got a Starbucks gift card as a referral bonus from something, so I've been treating myself to that, especially just to have like a little fall tasty drink. I don't think I normally do too much of that, and I do track when I reload my Starbucks card, so that would show up here if I was reloading it, but I haven't added that here just because I had something to pay for it and it's not showing up on my expenses. Then on Friday, I actually didn't spend any money, so that's pretty cool. Especially for a Friday. Right now, the way my life works, I feel like I'm not going out very much. I'm spending a lot of time at home working on projects and hanging out with my dog, which has honestly been really nice. So on Friday, I didn't spend any money. Cool. Then on Saturday, I stopped at Target on the way home from the gym. I needed some groceries. The total was actually closer to $20, but I had like gift cards and bonuses in there, so I didn't have to pay that. Theoretically, I probably had to spend money before in order to get the discount now, but regardless, I'm just looking at what ended up on my statement. So I spent $5.86 at Target on groceries. So here I got a bunch of ingredients to make a salad. I'd eaten the salad from Costco earlier. Can you tell I'm trying to eat more salad? So I bought things to make a salad. I had lettuce, I got some baguettes so that I could try to make my own crouton-like things, and I spent forever picking out a dressing. So I got a dressing for the salad. It turned out so good. Oh, and blue cheese. Oh my gosh, I love blue cheese. So I had a little salad, was able to come home and make that, and it was really good. So I don't know if it's cheaper necessarily than the salad I get at Costco that's pre-made. So it's something I need to look into to see would it even be like worth it to be buying all these separate ingredients and making my own salad if I could just get a pre-made one. So we'll check out the math on that later. So now we are into today. So today is the 14th. I'm planning to go to a coffee shop later today. I want to have a nice drink and maybe even go next door and get a donut. So I'm going to have a coffee and a donut and sit and work on this. I think I'll probably work on this video at the coffee shop. I am dog sitting for my neighbor over the weekend and she left me some money, which was really nice. I wasn't expecting that. So I am going to treat myself to an extra coffee this week. Honestly, I'd probably have the coffee anyway, but in my mind, it's nice because I got a little cash. So I'm like, oh, I'm just going to go do this. It'll be nice. Something I'm really cognizant of is that I've been trying hard to spend less money and tracking these sort of expenses, but I'm a little worried that I'm going to get to a point where I don't know how to spend money because I just know how to save money. So it's really quickly gotten to the point where I don't even want to spend $1 on a pop sometimes, I'm like, oh my God, $1. And this is somebody like me. I used to just like shell out money for anything I wanted at almost any moment. So that's part of why we're here. But I am thoughtful that I want to make sure I also have the skill of being able to spend money. So when I get extra cash coming in, especially in October, I'm going to have an extra paycheck. I'll be able to clear out my credit card that I've been working on paying off. So as extra money comes in, I really want to try to make sure I am allocating some of that to myself to just spend on whatever I want, especially like what I'm hoping to do next. I have some things that I want to get for my dog. I have a new bed I want to get her. I want to get her a new water bowl. And I also want to get some fall towels and decor for my house. So it'd be really cool next time, maybe in October when the extra paycheck comes in, I can set aside some of that to go get myself some nice things. So I also just want to show you, I try to put everything together by categories and track my spending by categories over time. These are the categories I happened to use in the last week. My full tracking has more categories and you'll probably see that in the future. So for this week, I had $14.12 I spent on shopping, $20.50 spent on coffee, $4.59 on treats for myself, $100.43 on groceries. That includes the Costco membership in there. And then $163.99 on medication for my dog, and then $15.44 on gas. So it's a total of $319.07 this week. Honestly, that feels really low, especially since I know the week before I spent more than that just on my car to get some maintenance done. So this feels like a really low spend week, which is nice to see. And I'm excited to be able to show over time how I use these categories and compare them to all of the categories I run. You'll see that they're color coded. It's not really very important, to be honest. The red ones are things I'm trying to really be mindful about reducing spending on. The green things are things I know are good for me, so having groceries at home and taking care of my dog. And the purple here is an expense that I really just have to pay, but that maybe has some variability. So that is that. All right, so it's a week of spending for me. I'm really glad about how this project went. It was really cool to be tracking how much I was spending on various things. And yeah, I'm excited to maybe keep doing this in the future. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. Bella, come settle. Come on, girlie. Do you need a blankie? And business on the top and shorts on the bottom because it's so hot outside. Okay, everything's recording still? Okay, good. I don't have air conditioning in this house and it is so sweaty.